Hello guys, and welcome back, or welcome here if you are new. My name is Amy. So today is May 1st, 2021. It's Saturday, and it is a beautiful day down here in Central Florida. I am just so looking forward to today. You know what? It's been a crazy spring for me. So now between May 1st and May 10th, I have some downtime before I pick up class again. So I'm going to enjoy it to the fullest, and I'm going to read as many books as I possibly can. So today I'm going to attempt to do my very first reading vlog. I cannot wait, but my goal is to read one book today. Now, in my last video, I told you guys I was in the mood to read a mystery, which I am, and I am going to start reading one of those, but for today I was just in the mood to read something beachy, and like I said, I wanted to read it in one full day. So I decided to go with Beach Haven by T.I. Lowe. I have never read anything from her, but I have heard great reviews. This cover is so cute. I love it. It's got all the beach vibes, and more importantly, I did hear really good reviews on this book. I'm excited to read it. This is such a small book. Like, it's a teeny tiny one. So I think this is going to be pretty easy to read. There's 294 pages, but it's so small. So I'm thinking I can get through this pretty quickly. I've got my bathing suit on, and I have just this little cover up to go over it. Okay, here's the big dilemma. Originally, we were going to go to the beach. Typically, you have to get up early if you want to get a good spot, but I wanted to sleep in. I stayed up a little bit too late last night, so I slept in, and then I said, oh great, now it's 9 o'clock. It's too late if we go now, so maybe we'll go in the afternoon. So we're either going to go a little bit later in the day, or we're just going to go down to our community pool. Joe just got home. He picked us up some lunch. We're going to eat that, and then we'll decide what we're going to do, and then I'm going to start reading this book. So I will catch you guys here in a few minutes. Okay, so it's a little bit later now. We've had lunch, and I have had a chance to start reading just the first chapter of this book. I'm just a few pages in. So far, I have met Opal and I have met Lincoln. So Opal, she works at this cute antique store. I think maybe she'll end up being the owner. And then we have Lincoln, who they are alluding to is some sort of military veteran. And we have decided to go ahead and just go down to our pool. There's not a lot of people down there, so we'll have it almost all to ourselves. So I will bring you guys with us. So let's go down to the pool. We're back home. We had such a great time down at the pool, just relaxing. Living in Florida, we love it. When we first got down there, it was pretty quiet, and then like everyone in the community showed up, and so it was hard to kind of focus on reading. I was only able to read the first 50 pages, so we spent some time in the pool, and then we just relaxed, and I just read as I could. There was a lot going on, so I've got all this to go this evening, and we'll see if I can do it. So far, I am enjoying this story. It is starting out a little bit slower, but I'm really enjoying it. The whole background of it, it's a southern town in South Carolina. It's highlighting a lot of the southern, phrases and attitudes and the way they talk, and everything is just being described in quintessential southernness. So I mentioned earlier I had only met Opal and Lincoln. So those two are the main characters, and Lincoln was actually in the Marines. I don't know a lot about him yet. I just read that he was getting pretty high in ranks, and something had happened within their team that had sent them home, and so I'm starting to learn more about him. But so that was cool, because I've mentioned this before, my husband was in the Marine Corps, And one year we had taken a vacation to Charleston, South Carolina, and on the way home, he took me to Paris Island, South Carolina, which is where he went for his boot camp. He was there for 3 months. So it was kind of cool, like reading about some of the towns that we had seen or had gone through. They're talking a lot about food, a lot of Southern cooking. It's making me salivate. So now that we're back from the pool, I'm gonna go ahead and shower and just get cleaned up, get comfy. Joe is going to go get us some dinners. We're gonna have steak tacos. So that sounds really good. And then I'll be back on in a little while. I hope everyone is having a great day as well. Alright, so I wanted to check in one last time today. I think I'm going to have to carry this over into tomorrow, you guys. It's almost 9:30. So between the last time we talked, which was about 6:30 to 7:30, we ate dinner, did all that. So for the past couple hours, I have been reading and I am on page 107. I'm not quite halfway there, but getting close. I want to know if anyone else has read this book. First of all, this book, okay, I mentioned this before, it is so tiny. Like, look at it compared to my hand. It's like the size of my hand. It's so tiny. I am not used to reading these tiny books with these little tiny words. It's a little bit distracting, but I'm trying to just ignore that. Also, you know what else is distracting in this book? The language. It is very, how do you call that? The slang in this book is like off the charts. I mean, I understand why they're doing this because this is in a southern town, and I know Southerners are kind of known for their slow way of talk, their slang, you know, the whole country folk and everything. But if you look past that and you look into this story, it's quite a doozy. But as it's unfolding, it's really tugging on the heartstrings. Lincoln, he's had some things happen, and you know, he's wounded in more ways than one, and I'll just tell you that. And there was a part in this that really made me like cringe. I was like, oh, I could like almost feel the pain. It was rough. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep on reading and just see where I get. I was planning on staying up a little bit later. Then I remembered that tomorrow Joe and I are working in kids' church, and so we have to be there a little bit early. So I don't think I can stay up as late as I had hoped. So it is now the next day, Sunday, May the 2nd, and I wanted to just give a quick update. So last night I was able to read up to page 151. This is chapter 10, and I am now over halfway through the book. I don't believe I mentioned this so far in this video, but Beach Haven is actually book 1 in the Carolina Coast series, and this is a 3-book series. So like I said, I don't believe I mentioned that. So today, basically, we got up, we got ready, went to church. So afterwards, we went to lunch, and then we came home, took a small, like, rest of about 15 to 30 minutes because we had a wedding this afternoon. Yeah, we're supposed to be at a wedding right now, but unfortunately, you know, sometimes some things are just out of your control, and I've been feeling so guilty, but I can't keep beating myself up over this. And we were on the way, and then I got this terrible stomach ache. And you know what, sometimes this just happens to me, and we had to turn around. I had to, well, I don't want to go into it, but I was just like, there's no way. My stomach was just so upset. Ugh, it just stinks. So now we're just at home. I'm sitting on the bed. I've got my blanket, and I'm just going to relax and just continue reading this book. But I just wanted to give you an update. So yeah, that's just what we're up to now. So a lot has been happening over the last 3 hours of reading. And we're starting to find out a little bit more about Lincoln and his past. Let me tell you, this guy, Lincoln, he is something else. You want to slap him, but then you want to just hug him. And then you have Opal. She is just fun and eccentric. She's trying to help him, trying to pull things out of him. All right, well, I will check back in with you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, so it's now a couple hours later, around 9:30, and I have officially finished the book. Don't mind my husband back here sleeping in the background. I'm like, babe, you're not allowed to snore. I'm ending this video. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but, oh, I just poked myself in the eye. But my makeup has run a little bit because this book had me in tears. Such a journey from where it started to where it ended. They're really smart. Behind that draw, behind all their little sayings, there's grit. There is definitely something behind that. Something else I really like about this book is that it does talk a lot about veterans, and it shines light on all those who are wounded and who feel misplaced. So that I really appreciated as well. Anytime I'm sitting down to do any type of book review, I really want to articulate the right things to say, but I know that I'm probably going to fall short. But all in all, I would say if you have this on your TBR, if you've ever seen it, or if you were thinking about reading it, there really is a good story in these pages. There's a healing story on multiple levels: physical, mental, emotional, family healing. I mean, there's all kind of things. There's all these glimpses of hope. You know, God hasn't forgotten us, and that He wants to answer our prayers, and that even though you may think your prayers aren't heard or weren't heard, they were, and God was looking out for you. It just may look different than what you think. And I love that message so much. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me. It kept me accountable. It kept me pressing in, and I'm so glad that it did. I think that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera. But again, thank you all for hanging out with me this weekend. I hope everyone is doing well. And until next time, take care. Good night, guys.
Bye.